96.7 KCAL rocks. It is Patrick and 40, and it is time to talk some sports because it is your Monday with our guy, Pep. What's going on, Pep?
Hey, listen, we are going to dive so deep into the NFL draft. It was a great weekend. We had a bunch of local guys selected from the Inland Empire, having their NFL dreams come true. But first off, listen, it's not by chance that the day that the NFL draft started on Thursday, that Green Bay Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers kind of sent a signal, a message to the rest of the NFL world that, hey, I do not want to be in Green Bay. Someone make a trade for me. And it sounds like the 49ers, the Raiders, and the Broncos allegedly are the front runners to get Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, Pep, you don't have to bury it. He sent shockwaves out when he said, I'm not coming back to the Packers, period. Then he shows up at the Kentucky Derby looking like Lucky Charms dude.
He did. Listen, remember, go back to last year. The Packers needed all this offensive help, and they went out and got another quarterback, the heir apparent, I guess, to Aaron Rodgers. And even going back to when Aaron Rodgers was coming out of college, out of the Cal, Golden Bears, he slid. He was, that was his chip on his shoulder the whole time, is that he slid back during the NFL draft. So I think he's always had this bad taste in his mouth of the NFL draft. And he's like, watch this. The day that the draft starts, I'm going to leak this information and it's going to blow everything up.
Do you know what else I think it is? Is he also heard that Joe Burrow was telling the Bengals, hey, I want my homeboy from LSU, Jamar. And I think Aaron heard that and then found out that he was going to actually get it. And he was like, look, this freaking rookie who blew out his knee last year is getting what he wants, and I get nothing. I'm out of here. I think that had a lot to do with it. Because that happened in a few cases. A bunch of these quarterbacks who are coming in got a weapon of their choice.
Yeah, no, you are exactly right. And I think Aaron Rodgers not only has a legitimate beef, hey, they haven't gone out and helped him. I mean, Devontae Adams turned into a great receiver for the Green Bay Packers, but really they haven't gone out and got any superstars to surround him with at the skill positions. And then I think also on top of that, I think he's easily offended. You know what I mean? Like, he has a legitimate beef, but he's also easily offended. So I'm kind of in Aaron Rodgers' camp right now.
I'm also hearing the landing spot for Aaron Rodgers is the Denver Broncos. That's what I'm hearing.
Wouldn't that be crazy? Like,
imagine how far he could throw that ball in that thin air.
In the Mile High City. The Denver Broncos, they've got a couple quarterbacks, but not like a QB1, right? Like, not a alpha male to come in there and be that star.
And Pep, look at their weapons. Judy, they got some serious speedsters where he could just throw that ball up and they can run underneath it. I could see him going to the Broncos if this does not work out.
Yeah, they could be the front runner. Like I said, the Raiders and 49ers were also mentioned. He grew up in Northern California. He grew up a 49ers fan. So maybe for sentimental reasons, he's like, man, it would be pretty nice to put on that 49ers uniform, just like I wanted to as a kid, growing up in Northern California. There could be that too.
Well, you have to look at it from the football team's perspective. If you can get Aaron Rodgers, you have to take a serious look. Let's not forget he was the MVP last year.
Yeah, you could say he had his best season ever last year in Green Bay. And, we'll have to see how this pans out if he's actually going to be traded by Green Bay somewhere else. But the 49ers did get a quarterback in the draft, Trey Lance, at number 3. All the big-name quarterbacks were off the board. Just pretty much played out as we thought here. But I do want to give a quick shout-out to our local guys who were selected in the NFL draft because we did have 5 of them. Real quick, a first-rounder out of Redlands East Valley, Jalen Phillips, coming out of Miami. He's going to the Dolphins. Cameron Bynum, Centennial High School, 4th round to the Minnesota Vikings. We had Demetric Felton, 6th round, running back out of UCLA, Great Oak High School. He's going to the Browns. Thomas Graham from Rancho Cucamonga High School. He's going to the Chicago Bears. And finally, in the 7th round, Chris Wilcox. He's a BYU Roosevelt High School guy in Eastvale. He's going to the Buccaneers. So, and we still had, we still had several guys sign those undrafted free agent contracts. So, again, the Inland Empire, man, producing all of this NFL caliber football talent. Awesome.
Oh, Pep, I love it when you bring that kind of information. It's so cool to hear. And congratulations to all the young guys in the IE who have their chance at making it on an NFL roster. Very cool.
Yeah, their lives changed Just like that. Pretty awesome to see that. Let's go to the NBA real quick. LeBron James returned to the Lakers on Friday, and they lost at home to my Kings, which is unbelievable right there. And then they lost last night against the Raptors. And Patrick, LeBron left the game early. So, man, it is not looking good for the Lakers right now.
It's not looking good, combined with the fact of the new play-in thing.
Yeah.
So the old Lakers are kind of hovering here, and now LeBron is getting older. I think we're kind of finally finding out that he is actually human. He is hurting. Could this be trouble for the Lakers? I'm afraid it could be.
Yeah, he's hurting. He is not healthy. And those 2 games back with him back in the lineup, they lost both of those games. And if the Lakers slide all the way to number 7 in the Western Conference, you're right. They're going to be in that play-in tournament to get into the playoffs. And who knows, man, anything can happen in that one game, win-off to get in.
And I'm telling you, I think it's going to happen, unfortunately, because I think LeBron can kind of feel the slide coming on because he said, whoever came up with this play-in crap should be fired.
Yeah, I don't think he likes it because I think he knows there's a real possibility that the Lakers – without LeBron, and, I know Anthony Davis is back, but it's not that complete roster, man. They are not at full strength, and it does not look good.
No, it doesn't.
So, hey, the Lakers play the Nuggets tonight. That could be a potential first-round playoff series, so just keep an eye on that. And finally, to baseball, talk about the Lakers, struggling. The Dodgers have been actually stumbling as well. And if you look right now at the National League West standings in baseball, the San Francisco Giants are in first place, a half game ahead of the Dodgers. And Patrick, we've been talking about so long that the Dodgers are the best team in baseball, but man, they hit a real skid, and now, they've got some company at the top.
Yeah, you know how it is. Baseball's a really long season. I agree. It sucks that they're hitting the skids, but you know how it is kind of now. You go through your slump sometimes in these long seasons, and I would rather go through the slump now and then kind of fight through it and then just start playing at the right time so you can make your run. Hopefully, that's what happens.
They hit a rough patch. I will say they did hammer Milwaukee yesterday 16-4. And in that game, actually, another local guy, Jacob Nottingham from Redlands High School, actually hit 2 home runs for the Milwaukee Brewers. So the Brewers didn't score a lot of runs. They got hammered again by the Dodgers 16-4, but Jacob Nottingham had 2 home runs for the Brew Crew, so that was kind of cool to see. But the Dodgers, getting back to their winning ways, and maybe, scoring 16 runs is a great way to kind of break out and get back on that right track.
Yeah, hopefully that sparks a little something very cool. At least if someone's going to hit a home run against the Dodgers, it's an IE kid, right, Pep?
That's exactly right.
Pep, time out to get your stuff.
Hey, it's Inland Sports. Check us out on social media. We got the Inland Sports YouTube channel. We got the Quakes and 66ers opening up the Cal League season tomorrow night. We got local baseball going on, so make sure you follow Inland Sports.
Thanks, Pep.